Hi everyone, I hope all is well. I am getting ready for my next weaving adventure and I wanted to take you along for the ride. So this was some of the very first yarn that I ever dyed. This was still using Drinko Pop food coloring, and it was on the 28th of December 2024. So quite a while ago, I decided to do, I had just started dyeing, and I did a fun project with my son and my grandson where we all dyed yarn, and then I made us each a beanie. That's what my beanie looks like, that I did with my skein of yarn. They each, of course, have theirs. I will put some pictures at the end of this reel of the yarn dyeing and also of all their beanies. This specific yarn is African Expressions lace weight yarn. I'm coming on the name now. I will let you know. EUPHORIA is its name. I think it's about 700 meters on 100 grams, so it's extremely thin. As you can see here, let me try get a strand out with my fingernail. Very thin. So I've been keeping it for a very special occasion. How this yarn came about, this was our yarn mop. So every time we put some dye on the fabric, we wiped our fingers on the yarn mop, and then whatever was left of all the different Drinko Pops, I just mixed all together onto this skein. So it is quite meaningful to me, and I've been keeping it for ages, since December 24, to do something with it. In the meantime, I've learned to knit, I've learned to crochet, I've done all kinds of things, and nothing has inspired me to use it until I've started weaving, and I want to use that. That brings me to these two. This is the African Expressions Hope. It is 80% kid mohair and 20% polyamide. You've seen me use it quite a lot in some of my yarn dyeing. I've got the undyed version, which I dye myself, but this is what African Expressions dyes themselves. And I have these two colors that I've purchased from the Wool Cafe. And then at some stage, this was gifted to me by the Wool Cafe. It is from SA Mills, who's the parent company of African Expressions, and this is their version. This is a kid mohair and silk, and while the Hope is an amazingly soft product, because I think of the silk that's in this one, I cannot actually explain to you how soft it is. It's just quite amazing. Also extremely thin. Let's try get a strand out here, holding the camera. Almost. Sorry, you can just make out here. There we go. There's two strands. Just how thin that is. So my plan is now, finally after all these years, to do something. I think that they will really complement each other nicely. And now that I know how to weave, I think that's going to be the perfect thing to do with them. So my plan is to use this lace weight yarn for the warp, because it's quite a bit sturdier, a little bit more durable maybe, and it's not going to felt or puff up like the soft mohairs might do. The mohairs I will use for the weft, and I think that's going to create a nice effect. I might every now and then in the warp incorporate one or two strands of this just for fun, but that's my idea. What do you think? I think that's going to complement each other nicely. So I will keep you informed, take you along on the journey, and let's see what scarf, I think a scarf, maybe a shawl, who knows, something in those lines will come from this. Thanks so much. I will see you soon. Bye.